see a lot of sexual immorality going on in the world today, and we're all shocked asking what is going on. Why are these things happening? The world is currently under, should I say, divine judgment. If we should look at Romans 1 verse 28, where it says, I'm going to read it for you. Romans 1 28 to 30, where it says, because they have refused to acknowledge God, they refuse to worship him. They have been left to their corrupt minds and corrupt ways of thinking. Now, what is this telling us now? That the world is currently at a state of rejecting who God is and rejecting their identity in God. Homosexuality did not start today. If we look at the Old Testament, we see where it was listed as part of the abominations that God talked about. Sex between man and man, women and women, it's all written there. So it's not something that started today. In the same Bible, it tells us that everything that is happening on earth, nothing is new. It has always been here. Do you understand? And God, being a patient God, has been enduring this for so long. And we also see that because they have refused to focus their mind on something better, because they have refused to focus their mind on God and the things of God. So it says because they have refused to acknowledge him and because they have decided to allow their minds wander, he has left them to their thoughts. Noticed it in our Christian life and in our Christian journey as well. When we slack in our intimate time with God, our minds start to wander to things that are definitely not of God. Why? Because we have given ourselves the space, because we have opened that space in our lives. And because we've opened that space in our lives, we start to do the things that we're not supposed to do. And we start to say the things that we're not supposed to say as well. Why? Because we're disconnected from our Creator. Because our minds have been so tainted, it starts to focus on things that are not of the nature of God. We start becoming greedy, selfish, and we start to do all sort of vile things. Why? Because we have been disconnected from our Creator. The honest truth is that all humans have a void in them. Right? As humans, we were created with a void that only God can fill. Now, if we don't know that God is the person, is the being that is supposed to fill that void in our lives, we start to look for things that are not of him to fill that void. And the honest truth is that they would never fill us because it's a void left for God in our lives. We will continue to thirst for things, we will continue to look for things, but the thing is that we'll be looking for them in the wrong places and we'll always find the wrong things because they are not God. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that you see the things that are happening in the world today, they are happening because the world wants it to happen. They are happening because the world doesn't want to know God. They are happening because judgment is starting to fall upon us all. Why? Because we are so disconnected from God. Don't leave your space. Don't leave your place. Focus on God with everything that you have. He's the only one that can fill that void. He's the only one that can save us from ourselves, because we literally need saving from ourselves. Okay? Till we meet in my next video. Bye-bye.